Solarhaus 50 Plus, heating with the sun. Just imagine that your house was heated by nothing but solar energy. Imagine that rising energy prices or supply shortages no longer affected you, and that you could make a valuable contribution to climate protection at the same time. You may think this sounds like a utopian vision, but it is actually already a reality in many houses equipped with technology available today. Solar energy can do more than just heat water for bathing and cooking. Whereas in the past only 10 to 20% of heating energy was generated by solar energy, today solar heating systems also contribute to heating living space. With proper insulation, this covers an average of 25% of the annual heat requirements. Collect heat in summer and use it in winter. This is the principle underlying Solarhaus 50 Plus. Solar heat collected in the summer is stored in a water tank for several months and then used for heating during the winter. This method allows solar energy to meet well over half of the heating requirements. More than 50% of the heating energy in Solarhaus 50 Plus are supplied by the sun. In the town of Kumhausen, the Lorenz family lives in a Solarhaus 50 Plus. Thanks to collectors, heat storage units and good insulation, 77% of the house's heating needs can be covered by solar energy. For the rest of their heating needs, the Lorenz family opted for an in-wall heating system rather than underfloor heating, which is equally possible. Solarhaus 50 Plus also covers the remaining heating requirements with other renewable energies such as wood pellets, a solar-powered heat pump, or a cogeneration system using biofuel. These are just 3 possibilities for covering the remaining heating requirements of Solarhaus 50 Plus in a sustainable way. Whether they are to be built in wood or stone, whether they are intended for one family or more. Solar houses can be designed according to the home builder's every wish. Good insulation, efficient heating, living in comfort and saving money at the same time. These homeowners can now take all this for granted. Houses that run entirely on clean solar energy can be built without technical difficulties. And prefabricated houses using an efficient combination of active and passive solar yield are also available. Using a combination of solar architecture, collectors and natural insulation, 100% of the heating in an Energetic 100 house comes from solar energy. The excellent trio of solar thermal technology, a heat pump and photovoltaics supply heat and power for this zero-energy house. Converting an older building into a solar house requires more than just good insulation. Sometimes significant modifications have to be made to the building itself, as was the case with this 2-family house. But the expense was worth it. Today, over half of the house's heating needs are met by the sun, and the energy-wasting old house became a brand new solar house. Getting solar electricity straight from your own plug socket? It's possible. Photovoltaics can generate all the electricity a building needs directly on site. Just 30 square meters of module area will cover the yearly power needs of an average 3-person household. Solar power systems are usually connected to the power grid and therefore have no need for storage units. However, photovoltaic installations can also operate as standalone systems if power is stored in batteries. This is particularly ideal for use in remote locations. Houses need both electricity and heat. In the medium to long term, solar heating and solar power modules alongside one another on rooftops will be a common sight. 100% solar heating for apartment buildings has already become a reality. This apartment building in the Swiss village of Bennau, which is home to 7 families, generates around 10% more energy than it consumes exclusively through solar power. The building was rigorously designed as a plus energy house by the Josef Grab architectural practice. Maximum energy efficiency is achieved through the building's form, orientation and windows, as well as through the use of natural building materials. 150 square meters of solar collectors and a 32 kilowatts peak grid-connected photovoltaic installation are used here to generate solar energy. The sun is also the only source of domestic heating and hot water in this apartment building. Solar collectors, a large solar storage unit and underfloor heating work closely together here to provide heating for 8 apartments. A key component of a solar heated house is a hot water storage tank which stores heat generated during summer until the winter. In a one-family house, a water storage tank with a capacity of around 6,000 to 10,000 liters is needed to cover 60% to 70% of the heating requirements using solar energy. Storage tanks, which can be installed directly on site, are also particularly suitable for solar renovation. Where there is limited available space, storage tanks, such as this modular, rectangular model from F-Safe Solartechnik, lends itself to the compact storage of solar heat in very small spaces. Four companies, one philosophy. UV, Solarfabrik, Solvis and Wagner & Co. have placed their trust entirely in renewable energies, in particular solar energy. Well thought out concepts draw on photovoltaics, solar thermal technology and biomass systems. The result is a pleasant working environment and CO2-free production. In the future, the sun will provide the majority of the heat and power we need for our buildings, for comfortable living and sustainable economic activity. Solar thermal technology and photovoltaics, the future of energy.